All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you doing? God bless you. I bring you greetings in the name of our Lord Jesus. This video has been trending of a young Nigerian blogger or YouTuber who allegedly was the reason why the UK government has taken a decision on how not to issue visas as it has to do with education visas to Nigerians. Uh, I know this has been going on. I've been seeing this and it is actually trending. And this has made the young man popular. A lot of us didn't know about him, that he existed, but this has somehow brought him out. And, when I wasn't so much interested in it because to me, somehow it doesn't make sense. I do not see how a nation such as the United Kingdom could, make a policy based on an interview that was granted, to BBC by one individual that, to me, was not very significant. He wasn't popular. He wasn't known. That sound preposterous. It was absurd and odd. Now, I was discussing with somebody and she mentioned it, and I was actually not so happy about it because now there was something we were discussing and it boils down to something. If it was not for, the kind of continent we are in and the kind of demons that we have in government, we will not be telling all these stories. Now, before we go on, I just want to play a little interview of that young man. I have my belief that people are blowing this out of proportion. All right. He granted that interview, and I do not think that that was the first time you were hearing something like that. I do not think that you have not heard something like that on YouTube or on social media or even on a national television. But this one, has been blown out of proportion because we are being fed, lies. I do not believe that that interview was what made the UK government to take their decision. But before then, let's listen to the guy. He was interviewed by Daddy Freeze, and this, I'm just going to play a few of that interview. Thank you so much, and God bless you there. You are welcome to the End Time Truth Television, the channel for the lovers of truth, for the truth of the end time. So if you are a lover of truth, give us a subscription, and God bless you. Shalom.
Our brothers, them, they see you as Judas.
Correct. I see the Judas comments. I just uninstalled a couple of my apps because they were interfering with me trying to join you. When we finish this live, I will go install them back. All right, so I want to apologize to fellow Nigerians who may feel disturbed and I don't know the other word. Would you say reported? Mr. Block said I reported to British authorities. That's not correct. That's not correct. Media is powerful. Baba, you know this thing. You know how it works. And everybody is running with Instablock's caption, which is really funny and sad. So I gave an interview. So interview the long.
Yes.
Interview the long. You get question where you go, they go ask you, you go answer. You get follow-up question. It was an entire conversation. And everything you have been mentioning regarding how we stress ourselves, how the British system stresses us, I addressed that in my interview, right? The unnecessary stress that they put us through. But the problem now is they took 25 seconds from the 30 minutes interview that we had. And this is the whole explanation to the whole dragging. It's crazy.
Okay. Now that you are before your brothers and sisters, what did you really say?
Good. What did I really say? First is I'm just coming from Twitter. I did a 1 hour space and Nigerians are online. Trust me, 7,500 people joined that space. Never seen those numbers before. Right? People joined the space because of the negativity that this story comes with. So what did I really say? First is I was invited because I actually help people to japa. You see? This is the problem. I have been helping people. So the BBC's recognized that I do help. And in the beginning of the video that's been shared around, you will see the Mark, the news reporter mentioned that this is a guy who actually helps people come to Britain. This is what I want to do. This is what I am doing, even though it's part-time. So the goal is to look at the other options, because government don't decide what they won't decide. I am not the UK government. This decision was made weeks ago. It is so sad that that 25 minutes, that 25 seconds, we fit into an agenda that I'm not aware of, is what they heard. And it's really disturbing, to be honest. Because yesterday, the entire crew was in my crib. The BBC crew were in my crib, and we spent 1 hour filming, but Daddy Freeze, over 1 hour with a film. So conversation of 30 minutes. How is it that it's only 25 seconds? Because if you look at the one that is really making people angry, it's not the fact that they showed my channel. It's not the fact that they said I'm helping people to come to Britain. They are only worried because Mark said, MD said, MD things that, people, but let's live reality. I am sorry for whoever is feeling disturbed. I feel 10 times of the pain that you feel. Because there's nothing in this life that is more painful than being misunderstood. To be honest, I have a lot of testimonies of people that I have helped, and I'm not going to stop because of this negative energy. I create simple, easy to follow guide, because last, our brothers, the Mediterranean Sea, they die. People, the Sahara Desert, they waka. I have people messaging me from Libya. Even today, they are what's the word for it? They are evicting Nigerians. What's that right word?
All right. Before I say what I want to say, he was asked what did he actually say. According to him, it was a long interview, and the part of it which he said is about 25 seconds was what had been cut. And if you listen to him, you see that, for me, I believe that this has been an agenda. There is no way a government of a nation as huge as that of UK could base their decision just on an information that came from one individual. I believe that they have been doing their own research. I believe they have done their own research, and they have arrived at a point. And that is why I am angry. I'm making this video and my heart is bleeding, because if not for the wicked people that are leading Africans, who needs UK? Who needs the government of UK? I mean, the African continent is richer than any other continent in the world. So if we have had individuals that are sane in their head leading us, now we wouldn't be having this problem. If Nigeria has been lucky to have leaders who are humans, who are not beasts. Today is 29th of May, mind you, and there is probably going to be an inauguration, today, of another, leadership that is going to take us through another years of hellish experience. And these are the reasons why people, want to run away. These are the reasons why people are not interested in staying in the country of their birth. If everything is okay, if we have humans, not human beasts, if not that we have animals who are so, bestial in nature, who have been leading and bleeding these nations and this continent the way these people have been, we wouldn't be here talking about this. I mean, far back, I was told that in the 80s, the Nigerian naira was heavier and more powerful than the dollar. And today we are talking about $1 to close to 800 naira. Whose cause is that? I mean, whose fault is that? Now, this it is very painful, bro. It hurts. But I just want you to listen to that 25-second interview. I mean, the statement that was called out from, whatever length of interview that he granted to the BBC that has made him this popular.
Were issued to Nigerians, 120,000 people in total, half of them students, half their dependents. But MD believes many are actually coming not for a new qualification so much as a new life.
So the student thing is not real. It's not like they need the degrees. They need the degree as an access route to come into the country. So a lot of these people get their priorities shifted real fast.
So it's really about getting into the UK.
Exactly.
And then
It's not about the education.
Job, hopefully.
It's not really about the education.
All right. So because I don't intend to waste time here. Now, from my own understanding and from what I think, it is about that same, slavery mentality that the people I was speaking about, maybe you agree or disagree with me. We don't have human beings leading us. We have beasts leading us. Now, if not for the sake of the fact that beasts have been leading African, the countries in the African continent, now we wouldn't have these people coming to toy with us, coming to play with us. Now, for instance, I know of of people who live in a country like Australia. Now, it is true what this guy said here. There is no lie about it. People do this. Now, but then look at it. Now, if I do not know how much they pay, per annum for the education or whatever. Let's say that they pay 10,000 or 20,000 or 30,000 school fees, and whether they work or not. I mean, whether they go to school or not, and they came to work, and then they came in with the visa. That is a contribution to the UK economy. It is a contribution to UK economy. According to the video, there are about 120,000 immigrants in the UK, for instance. And if there are about 120,000, 60,000 of them are dependents, and 60,000 are those that actually came because of studies. And let's say that of the 60,000, maybe that 30,000 are not actually studying as they claim to. Now, does it make any difference if they are working, yet they pay tax, and yet at the end of the day, still they pay you the school fees? It is an enormous contribution to the well-being or the economic strength of the UK. Now, but what you're seeing is that we have lost value as a people, because our leaders, our dealers, they are not leaders. They pay you the school fees. It is an enormous contribution to the well-being or the economic strength of the UK. Now, but what you're seeing is that we have lost value. We have lost value as a people, because our leaders, our dealers, they are not leaders. Our dealers and rulers, these demons that are in power, they have devalued us. They have devalued us before these people. Now this is the country where the leaders cannot stay and treat themselves here. If they have headache, they will travel to UK, they'll travel to Switzerland, they'll go to even India of all countries of yesterday and today. India is, boast of better facilities than us. Why? Because we don't have human beings that are leading us. We have beasts that are leading us. This is just the reason. If things have been normal as they should be, we cannot be here talking about this. This is the truth. So for me, I do not see any reason why anybody should castigate this guy or even send him death threats because you think that he has blocked your way. He hasn't done anything. The UK government have already decided on what they want to do. This is just maybe an alibi that they are creating. This guy has not done anything, and he hasn't said anything that is strange. He hasn't said anything that anybody has not said before. Unfortunately, he came at a point in time when there was an implementation of a policy that a government had decided, and they displayed this for it to be a confirmation of probably whatever they have found out or whatever the research they have made, and this becomes evidential in whatever they may have found. So it is not. It doesn't make sense that people are attacking the guy. It doesn't make sense at all. But that is my own submission on this. It is not his fault. It is the fault of the people you see as the leaders. Where are they leading us to? Well, let me know. It doesn't make sense at all. But that is my own submission on this. It is not his fault. It is the fault of the people you see as the leaders. Where are they leading us to? Well, let me know before I even go. Now, is it not funny that so many of us are Christians, right? And we probably expected this guy to lie, isn't it? We probably have pastors that are also blaming this guy. Why should he say this? Or why should he not have said that? I've not listened to the whole interview. I do not know how the question was coined. But the thing is that what the guy said is true. Whether he was supposed to have used a different way to say it, another form of wisdom to say it. But the fact is that what he stated, he didn't lie. He didn't lie, and I do not believe that it was this that made the UK government to take their decision. There was an agenda, and he rightly stated it in that short discussion that he had with Daddy Freeze. This was an agenda that was in the pipeline, and he never knew about it. He only gave a honest interview. And if he said he has been helping people to leave Nigeria and come to the UK, I don't think that he would also, at the same time, want to jeopardize what he is doing, because I also don't think he does it free. He must have been collecting a fee to do that for people. So if that is part of the things he's doing, how then can he also intentionally say something that would have, hampered his own part of any money. So we should just put this into consideration. I don't think it is necessary bashing on this guy and sending him threats. Maybe you are part of those that feel so bad about it. You want to travel to overseas so badly. God can still make it happen. But remember, it's your leaders that have brought us to where we are now. Thank you. Let me know what you think about the video in the comment section. I'll come your way in the next video. Till then, from me to you. Shalom.